What's going on, everybody? My name is Range Plays. Welcome back to my channel and another Escape from Tarkov video. Today's video, we're going to be covering the Ash 12. Now, this is a very underutilized weapon, and especially for the fact that the two rounds that I'm going to show you guys today, which is PS12A and PS12B, I'll go ahead and pop their stats up on the screen right now for you. Those two rounds are so good for a variety of situations. This gun is super like usable, especially when you guys are trying to go get your secured perimeter kills done. And really any kills in like a small area. So if you're playing in dorms or you're playing, in factory or even labs, this thing can shine and it can do really well if it's used correctly. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the stats on this one that I've been using. So far, I mean, the modding is super simple, super straightforward. There's not really much you can do, and there's not much you can do wrong with this gun. I put the EXPS 3 holo on, just because people tend to sell it for cheaper, even though it is just as good, in my opinion, as some of the other holos. So if we look at some of the other EOTechs, these are going for 50k, these are going for 37, but the tan one, oh, well, it's apparently shot back up. But really, any of the EOTechs I can find, from the 2s to the 3s to the 0, I run them all and just kind of pick your poison and whichever one is cheapest at the time. Along with that, I just run this RVG foregrip. It's pretty inexpensive, as long with CAC front and rear sight, just for that extra +2 ergo, since this thing does have a big ergo hit, with a true blue laser and the Ash 12 sound suppressor. Now, this gun is coming in at a whopping 7.823 kilograms, and I'm going to start saying kilograms because I guess saying kg pissed some people off in my last video. Very sorry. I was in the military. We use short form for fucking everything, okay? So 7.823 kilos, with each magazine wearing in at 1.38. So just so you guys are aware, it is pretty heavy and it will put you overweight very quickly, even if you're just running a gun with some mags. So even if I take out this needless 10-round mag, now I have, and you're going to burn through ammo quick in this thing. I've got 5 mags, which I'd recommend, as long with 2 extra stacks. The stacks are not super heavy, but they're also not super light either, so just be aware that the ammo weighs a ton, the mags weigh a ton, and the gun weighs a ton as well. But this thing, again, really will shine for you guys in factory, because it is able to put down enemies in anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 well-placed shots. So if you guys are using this gun correctly, it can pen up to a pretty decent level when you're running PS12B. PS12A only has 10 pen, so this stuff is only good for like leg meting people. But the best thing about it is every bullet you hit on a limb or stomach, if it's not protected by armor, will black it instantaneously. You guys will be doing so much damage to people, it's not even funny. I'll go ahead and throw up 2 clips where I really should have died in factory, but was able to survive just because of how powerful this Ash 12 really is.
Don't want to lose him to someone who'll do it to figure something out. There's a loophole in this swinging bell, so I can get him off without going to hell.
So now that you guys have seen those 2 clips, I don't know. To me, I think it's very worth it, as well as the fact that it is a pretty inexpensive rifle. You buy it for 65k, you take off the top carry handle, you put on a sight, you can put on some little, backup irons for that extra ergo, you throw a foregrip and a suppressor on it and just a little cheap laser, and you're pretty much good to go. Now, I'll go ahead and show you guys what it kind of looks like when you're actually shooting this thing, and what I would recommend for, like, depending on what situation you're in, what fire mode, and how you should be utilizing this weapon. And I will go ahead and do that for you. So now we're here at the shooting range. I'm going to make sure to replace my targets. And so we've got this thing right now. You put it on single fire and you go at a far distance like this, it naturally is going to want to climb. So what you're going to do is you're just going to tap away at the target, just kind of keep it as steady as you can. As you can see, we hit a lot of rounds on target. What I like to do with it is to just kind of let it climb. And you'll accidentally hit some inadverted headshots like the one right up there. Now, when we're talking about mid-range engagements, kind of like this, up to 50 meters out to the end of the hideout there, anything up to here, which is about your 25-meter mark, you're really gonna like be able to use your full auto, but you wouldn't want to use it out past here, because if we go ahead and spray 20 rounds at the target with full auto, you can see it does quite a lot of absolutely nothing. We hit 2 shots, even though one of them was ahead, we would have dropped that guy. It's still very, very weird. Your first bullet accuracy is always going to be on point with this thing, so your first shot is going to go exactly where you put it, but that second bullet is almost going to go directly up from there. So you could be aiming center mass and hit the head just because of that vertical climb at the beginning. We'll see kind of here. So what I'm going to show you guys is this is going to be the Ash 12 with me not helping the recoil control at all at 25 meters. So we're up to the ceiling. Now, if I go ahead and give it a little bit of a pull down and actually try to control that recoil, we're looking at something more like that. We'll go ahead and inspect this, see how this target looks. So you guys can see we've got quite a few up here, a couple of them raised up on me, but I managed to kind of get it back down into here. You guys can start to get to a point where you can get it to where you can get quite a few shots in the black. I've seen, you know, when I've been doing some testing, you know, up to 8 or 9 of these bullets have hit in the black. But it's really just taking that and not letting it do the vertical climb it wants to do. But when you're talking about close range engagements, that's where this thing really shines. You're going to start putting rounds into people that pump hundreds of flesh damage into them without them being able to stop it. So, even though the Ash 12 isn't really one of the most sought after weapons in Tarkov, I really feel like you guys should go ahead and give it a chance. Especially if you're stuck on some sort of quest that you need to kill, you know, certain people in small confined spaces. This thing really shines in that remark, because all you have to do is land 2 or 3 shots and your target will be severely injured. They'll have to try and push back. You know, it really shines in its ability to cause mass amounts of damage in a very, very short amount of time. Really, I've got nothing bad to say about this gun except for the fact of its longer range capabilities. You're not going to be using it out to, you know, 300-400 meters. Even up to 100, I'd say, is the furthest I'd really want to shoot it. But there are maps where you're not getting engagements out that far, or you're able to stay silent enough to creep up on people and get an angle on them. That being said, I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and if you guys do, go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the Ash 12, if you guys use it on the regular, or if you've never even used it before in Tarkov, and go ahead and give it a try. I've used it on almost every map from, you know, factory, customs, labs. I really, really enjoy it. I think it's something that a lot of people kind of shrug off and don't really look into very much, and I really hope you guys get some use out of this really cool and pretty inexpensive weapon. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.